Welcome back, children. We are in question number 17 of miscellaneous exercise in chapter 1, relations and function. If A is equal to the set containing elements 1, 2, 3, the number of equivalence relations containing 1, 2 is. How many equivalence relations you can frame using this element and having this 1, 2 in your relation? Let us first write the relation, equivalence relation using this 1, 2. R is equal to make it reflexive, 1, 1 should be there, 2, 2 should be there, and 3, 3 should be there. Okay, children, this should be there, and 1, 2. So I include 1, 2 to make it symmetric. Obviously, I should write 2, 1. Correct, children? So we have completed 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Okay, we'll complete. This is one relation we have. So is this an equivalence relation? You check it out. 2, 2, 2, 1 should be there. Yes, it is there. When you go for 1, 1 and 1, 2 should be there, it is there. And 1, 1 and 2, 2 is always transitive. So this is one relation we have framed with 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 and 1, 2, 2, 1. Okay, this is the smallest equivalence relation. What are the other order pairs left? We are left with how many order pairs? Tell me how many order pairs we can write. Even you are left with the order pairs. How many further combinations you try? Yes, you have 1, 2, 3. I am talking about the Cartesian product. Do you get that? 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. When you have a doubt, you should draw this diagram and see. 1, 1 is there, 1, 2 is there, 1, 3 is not there. So mark down 1, 3. Then with 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 2, you don't have 2, 3. Include that. Then third, 3, 1, 3, 2 and 3, 3. So 3, 3 is there. You don't have 3, 1 and 3, 2. Okay, children. So we are left with 4 order pairs. Okay, children. Right. So we are trying to find another equivalence relation with any of these order pairs. Imagine that I am going to include 1, 3. Okay, I include 1, 3. It has to be an equivalence relation. So what you will include? Automatically you should include 3, 1 should be there. Now you should check for transitive. Of course, this is reflexive and symmetric. You should also check for transitive. Then only you can say it is an equivalence relation. Now we will try. Okay, which pair is not matching? We will see. 3, 1 is there. 1, 2 is there. See, 3, 1, 1, 2. So I will take that alone. 3, 1 is there. 1, 2 is there. So to make it transitive, what must be there? Yes, 3, 2 should be there. If 3, 2 is there, automatically to make it symmetry, you will write 2, 3. Correct? So you have included 3, 2 and 2, 3. So you have included all the order pairs. Then it is very equivalent to the Cartesian product. That is the final equivalence relation. So with this 1, 2, this is the only possible equivalent relation. Apart from that, if you include any one pair, automatically to maintain symmetry, you will include other one. To maintain transitive, automatically you will include 3 by 2 and 2 by 3. So this is the smallest equivalent relation. Apart from that, if you go, you will include all the 4 order pairs and you will make the biggest equivalence relation. So the number of equivalence relations containing 1, 2 is 1 and 1 more. So your correct option is 2. 1 is here. If you try to write 1, 3, you are including 3, 1. To maintain transitive, you include 3, 2, symmetric 2, 3. So you have 2 options possible. This completes the solution, children. This is question number 18, children. The question says function f is defined from R to R, the set of real numbers to set of real numbers, be the signum function defined by. Signum function is a very specific function. For all x greater than 0, it will give a return a value as 1. For x equal to 0, it will return 0. For less values, the function will return negative 1. And you have one more function g is also defined from R to R, be the greatest integer function defined by g of x equal to greater integer function of x. You should recall greater integer function of f. Greater integer function. What is greater integer function? F of 0.6, the greater integer function of 0.6 will return 0. Greater integer of 1.2 will be 1. 1.9 will also be equal to 1. So this means if you say 0.6, 0.8, 0.9, it will return only 0. So 0.9 is here, 0.8 is here, 0.6 is here. So on your nearest greatest integer, this is 0. Your greatest, you have -1, -2, they are also integers. Which is the greatest integer? 0. Okay. Likewise, if you go for 1.2, 1.9, near 1.9, 1.99, whatever you go, which is your nearest greatest integer? Is 1. Even though you have 0, 1, in this case, I am talking about this case, you have 0, -1, -2. This is your nearest integer when compared with 1.9. So you cannot take 2. It should be less than. That's what the explanation is given here. Greatest integer, it should be less than or equal to the x value. So whatever value you take, it should be less than. So 1 is less than 1.999. So that is the case. So you should understand that. So 0.6 will return 0, 0.8 will also return the nearest integer you have. Okay, understanding this one, we'll go for the solution of this question. We have two function f of x, signum function g of x is, let us take the g of x and f of x -1, 0, sorry, 1, 0 and -1, where x greater than 0 if x equal to 0 and x less than 0. Okay children, now let us start. Now you are asked to find f of g of x and g of x coincide on this interval 0 to 1, not including 0 but including 1. So what if they coincide? Now we'll choose one value between 0 and 1. Tell me one value between 0 and 1. So let x is equal to 0.6 because it belongs to open interval 0 and close interval 1. Okay children, now we'll take f of g function. F of g, what do you mean by f of g? F of g of x. What is g of x function? It is greater integer of x. Now what is your x value? Greater integer of 0.6. So which is the greatest integer near the 0.6? Is 0. Very good. F of 0. Now what is f of 0? Is equal to 0. So you get f of g equal to 0. Now we should check whether g of f is also equal to 0. Then you can write coincide. Otherwise we will write does not coincide. So let us go with that. Now GOF. What is GOF? G of f of x. G of f of x. What is value? F of 0.6. 0.6 is greater than 0. If x greater than 0, what will be your f of x value? It will always be 1. So you are trying to find g of 1. What is g of x function? It is greater integer of 1. What is greater integer of 1? Obviously it is 1. So you got GOF as 1, FOG as 0. So they do not coincide. So FOG is not equal to GOF. Therefore FOG does not coincide with GOF in the interval. We'll see the question and we'll make a note. In the interval 0, 1. Here completes the question children. That's all. So before starting this question, you must have an idea about greater integer function. Then other things are very simple. Thank you. I hope you're understanding the concepts. You are enjoying my videos. If you like, please subscribe and put a like in it. And if you have any difficulties, please mention that in the comments. Thank you.